Hey guys, welcome back to History in Stitches. Yes, I know I still owe you a Jane Addams video and I'm researching and she's crazy awesome and I will get it up there. But you all really liked the single crochet hat pattern I gave you last time. So I worked a pattern the other night just for fun and it turned out to be a really easy single crochet pattern. So we're gonna do that one today real quick. So what I made is a single crochet dog bed, and the way it is you make a circle here, and I made it real simple. You don't have to do really any joining or anything. We're going to crochet in a spiral, and then we use a back loop only crochet to make this little lip, and don't worry, it's still a single crochet. I'm going to show you how to do it, and that makes it so it goes up instead of sideways, and then you just fold it over to give it a little more stability. So real easy pattern, and we're gonna make that together today. Okay, so the materials you need for this pattern are really easy. Obviously you need a scissors, some stitch markers like this. Would not hurt, but they're not 100% necessary. The hook we're gonna use is a 15mm hook, so one of the bigger hooks. And then we're gonna use number 7 yarn, and the yarn that I used, see, the dogs want to be involved. The yarn that I used was this Bernat Blanket Extra, and it's a number 7. If you like the color I used for the bed that I already showed you, that one was called Seaside Brights. This one is called Blush Pink. This one's going to be for my other dog. So you need 2 skeins of this if you want to make one about the same size that I made mine. So the one I made and the one I'm going to show you how to make today turned out to be about 17 inches in diameter and about 4 inches tall. That little side fold would really be about 8 inches, and then you fold it over. So it turns out to be about 4 inches tall. My dogs, I have a Shiba Inu and a little poodle that we're making the bed for. So that'll kind of give you some idea of about how big that it's going to be. All right, so let's get started. Okay. To make your dog bed, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make the knot that goes on your hook. And so you're just going to wrap the yarn around like this. And then pull this loop up a little bit and pull this through. And this part is going to be the part that you put on your hook like this. You're going to make it a little bit tight. And then make sure you have the right end. You don't want to use this end because this is the end of your yarn. You want to use this end. So this one doesn't count as a chain. We're going to make 3 chain stitches. So you're just going to go over and through. That's 1. Over and through. That's 2. Over and through. That's your 3 chains. Now, I said you didn't have to join much. You've got to join 1 time. You're going to join this chain to this chain, and you're going to make a circle that makes kind of the middle of your bed. This is where you're going to start. So all you're going to do is you're going to find this first chain that you made, put your hook through that, put your yarn over once, and you're just going to pull it straight through both. Okay? Then you're going to do 1 chain, and then you're going to start your spiral. And so the first set of stitches that you do, you're going to go right into the middle of this circle that we just created. And if you are an experienced crocheter and you know how to do a magic ring, go ahead, you can do a magic ring instead of this. But if you don't, just do these 3 chains and connect them. And you're going to do 8 single crochets. And make sure when you're doing these single crochets, you're going into the middle here. You're not trying to go into these chain spaces. You're going to actually go into the center of this circle. So single crochet, you're going to put your hook through the center of the circle, pull the yarn through, yarn over, and pull that through both. So that's 1. This is 2. Three, 4, 6, 7, 8. So now we have our 8 stitches in the center, and we're not going to join, we're just going to spiral. So you're going to find that very first double crochet or single crochet that you did. And I know this yarn can be kind of hard to see because of how thick and fluffy it is, but you're just going to look for those little V's, okay? So this is our first one, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each one of these that I already made. So we made 8. When I do 2 in each, that means we're going to have a row of 16. So I'm going to do 1, 2. See how I went in the same place, the same stitch for that one. So that one's done. So we've got 2. Find your next stitch. Do 2 in that. 3, 4, and 16. So that is our second row. Now we have 16 stitches around, and as you can see, our circle's getting bigger for the base of the bed. Now we're gonna follow a pattern for the rest of them, so you can really make your bed as big as you want. What we're gonna do is for the next row, we're gonna do 1 single crochet, and then in the next one, we're gonna do 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2. And then for that third row, we're gonna do 2, and then 2, 2, and then 2. So I'll show you what I mean. So for the first row, we're gonna put 1 single crochet, so single crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're gonna do 2 single crochets. That's gonna increase your size of your circle just slowly. So there's 2. So now we're at 3. By the end of this row, you should have 24 stitches. And this is where you can use a stitch marker if you want to know which stitch you started on. These are small enough that I just count. So we're at 3, we need to get to 24. So 3, now a single again. And now we go in this one and do 2 singles. There we go. Now we should be at 6. Now a single, 7. Now 2 singles in the same stitch, so 8. Okay, so I just finished the round of 24, and now the next one you're gonna get 32 stitches. And how you're gonna do that is you're gonna find the next one, you're gonna do a single crochet in the next one, a single crochet in the one after that, and then now in this third one, you're gonna do 2 singles. So you're gonna do single, single, 2 singles, single, single, 2 singles, until you get to 32 stitches and get back to where you started. And again, if you want to use a stitch marker, you can just put your stitch marker right here and know when you get back to the beginning. But that is up to you. You can count just as well, okay? So single, single, 2 singles in the next one. You're gonna do that for your whole round, and you should have 32 stitches. Okay, so once you're back around and you're at your 32 stitches, the next round we're gonna have gives us 40. And how we're gonna get that 40 is we're gonna follow the same pattern. We're gonna just add on 1 single crochet at the beginning of our pattern. So we're gonna do, this time we're gonna do single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, so 3 of them, and then single crochet, 2 in the same hole. So we're gonna end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every time you do a round, you're just adding another single crochet in front of that set of single crochets in the same hole. So you can make this base as big as you want to. You should have 32 stitches now. Your next round should give you 40, then 48, then 56. You can make it as big as you want. So when you get it as big as you want for your dog, come back and we'll show you how to build up the sides of your dog bed. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning here, and I've got my 56 stitches all the way around. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. And now we're going to do the part that's going to give us a little ridge so that instead of building out, we can start to build up. So all we're going to do, you're going to do 1 single crochet in each of these stitches. So all the way around for the rest of the bed, you're going to have these 56 stitches. But for 1 row and 1 row only, what you're going to do is you're going to do back loop only. So what I mean by that, you've got your hook here. This is your V, right? And normally to do a single crochet, you'd go through here and pull your yarn up and do your single crochet. To do back loop only, that's literally what you're gonna do. You're gonna hold it like this. You're gonna find the 2 sides of your V, and you're only gonna go through the back one. So instead of going here, you're gonna go here through this, put it just through that back loop. You're gonna do your single crochet just as normal like that, and move on to the next one. So this one, this is where you would normally put your hook, right? You're gonna move up and only put it through this back loop right here. So not the whole V, just the back loop right here. And you're gonna do that all the way around for 1 row. So go ahead and finish that up. Back loop only for 1 row. And I'm going to put my stitch marker there so I remember where I started on this one. Okay, so I'm back to my stitch marker, and I did 1 whole round in the back loop only. You can't really tell yet, but what you're gonna see soon is that that's gonna make a little ridge. You can kind of see there's a little stripe, and that's where your bed is going to start to fold up like this to make those edges. So now all you're gonna do is you're going to single crochet in every one around. So just like normal, not back loop only, you're just doing a regular single crochet all the way around, and you're gonna do that for 10 rounds. And when you get your 10 rounds, you're gonna have about 8 inches up this way. Then you fold it in half to make those stiffer sides. So go ahead and get your 10 rounds done, and then when you're done with that, come back and I'll show you how to finish it off. Okay, so now that you've got your 10 rows, past where you did your back loop only. So this was my stitch marker where I started my back loop only, and I've got 10 rows up here. And now you can see that it is more like a basket. So to finish off, what you're gonna do, you're just going to cut this here. And then for this last stitch, all you're gonna do is just do a slip stitch into the next stitch. That way it kind of ends it. So this is where your next single crochet would be, but we're finished. So you're just gonna stick the hook in there, grab that yarn, and then just pull it through and finish it off. All right? Then you need to weave the ends in, but luckily you don't even need a tapestry needle for this. You can just, the holes are big enough, you can just literally use your fingers and kind of weave these around. And you probably want to do one of those sewing knots where, see, I put it through that, and I'm going to put it back through this same stitch. Kind of tie it a little bit, and then weave it in a couple more times. Then you can cut that tail off. You probably, like I did, have 2 little tails on the side because you probably had to switch skeins of yarn at one point. So you probably have these. With these on the side, because this yarn is so fluffy, you're not going to be able to tell. I usually tie a little knot like that, and then weave these ends in here. Same with this one in the bottom, weave the ends there. And then after you weave them all in, all you're going to do is take this and fold it over like this. And that'll give these edges a little stability, and you've got yourself a cute little dog bed.